We good? I swear it's getting worse and worse. 5 seconds that time. Still says no one's in here, but 5 seconds for the chat to pop up. Hello. Welcome. Say your hellos in the chat if you want me to say your name at the beginning. We got some things to go over. Just like last time, I'm dropping some more Game Boys today. Right now, I still want to give people a couple seconds to get in here, so we'll go over what we're doing today. Obviously, we still have this one available. You can buy that right now. You've been able to buy that for a while. It's the only one that is currently up for sale until like 5 minutes from now. I was gonna have another pocket ready, but I don't know if I broke the screen or what, but I didn't test it before fully installing it. So right now it's not in sellable shape. But we're gonna do a new Gengar shell. It's got a little ghastly on it, a little darker. I like it. It's pretty cool. I think it's the same stickers, but we'll show it off a little more. Actually, we'll do it right now. I was gonna say in a bit. I'll open this up right now. Maybe. This is some pretty strong packing tape that they decided to use. There we go. Oh, I don't want the tape to get on there. All right. But this, wow, that's a very shiny print. I like it. That is cool. And the little gas laser and everything. The back's just plain purple, okay. I like this a lot. And the stickers are cool too. And then the other one we're going to do today is more of a sleeper build. I thought it'd be cool to just make it look like the classic Indigo look. We're going to use a glass lens though, don't worry. Just the crappy plastic one that's included. But this one should be trimmed and ready for a mod. So those are the two we're going to do on stream today. The buttons are going to be black for the Gengar one. But yeah, let's say hi first. Give a little bit more time for people to come in here. I'll end the poll so that's not in my way. 93% of you think that yes, I'm going to restock every model, at least one of every model this week. That's the goal. So hopefully Wednesday will be a Game Boy Color mod. Well, 2 Game Boy Color mods, and that'll be the focus of that stream. And then I'll hopefully have some macros and at least one Game Boy Pocket to sell. We'll see about anything else, but that'll complete all of the models for the week. So I shouldn't hear any complaints. You can still complain. I just might not care about it. Anyways, let's say hello to everybody. We got Elisa, Retro Reboot, Angelic, Patrick, a bunch of you talking back and forth, which is awesome. DC, MN, DC and MN, Erwin, hello, Kirby, Utterly Amazed, I like it, Halo Newbie, Tatted Tech, Kelsey, Triple Threat Motors, Kareem, am I saying that? I know we've gone over this, I just feel like I keep saying it. Kareem, and Lex and Matthew Nix. Hello. And Downright Spiffy. There we go. Everybody's here. This one, yeah, they're all for $63. Okay. DJ Ames should be in the building soon if he's not already. It is lunchtime, so he might be out getting lunch. I guess my mom usually gets the lunch on Mondays. Anyways. I think we've waited long enough, given people enough time. There's 27 people in here, only 11 likes. I don't know what's up with that. But if you want an SP or a DMG, any of those 4 that I showed off in the community post earlier today, I guess, technically last night, just before I fell asleep. Let's see, what do I want to be looking at? There we go. Any of these guys right here. Guess we're kind of running out of space. Hold up. Wait a minute. Pull this back. There we go. Any of these guys here. The blues. This is blue. It's a slightly different blue from the from the glass screen lens. It's not showing up super well on camera, but I've got good photos on the website, don't worry. And this is plain black, just like the original. I think the pads are a little different. These are black. I think it looks really clean. I don't think it technically counts as graphite. I think graphite was something slightly different. I don't know, but it looks really clean. And then we have, this is like atomic purple. It's got a white lens in it, glow in the dark pads and all that stuff. I am just nearly dropping everything today. And then a nice, beautiful purple, clear purple with white accents. I love it. I really like all of these. So, without any further ado, we're going to start with, I believe I have the purple one loaded up. Yes. So, retroremaster.com/collections/DMG. The purple one is now live. If you want it, go grab it. Thank you, DC, for putting a link in the description. And now for the orange and blue one, it is now live. Keep in mind, there's a 10-second delay, so by the time you're hearing this, the black one is probably now live for you. Oh, wait. Has the black one been live this whole time? Okay, people might want to double check that one for me. Let me know if the black one's already live. Yes, this one does not have buttons. This is just gray. But I think technically the graphite and the black shells are like the same black shells. I think it's just a different color buttons. I didn't call it graphite because I don't want people to think that they're like black buttons instead of dark gray. It's the classic SP dark gray buttons. And then the atomic purple one with a white lens is now live. So if you want any and all of these, go check out the link in the description. I'm going to double check that they're all up, since that's been a small issue lately. Cool. Both the SPs are up, and both the DMGs are up. Sweet. If you want them, go grab them. Links in the description. Probably take you to the regular GBAs, but that is all for now. Let me put my phone up there. Put these off to the side. We can get started. Oh, and once again, this pocket still available. Ugh. Okay. He's near, but working with the unicorns. Okay. DJ Ames is with the unicorns right now. That sounds like he's dead. He's with the unicorns now. Anyways, black is live. Cool. Thank you guys. Purple DMG looks amazing. It turned out so much better than I thought. I was a little nervous. Like, usually black and white go with anything. They'll go with any color, but I don't know. I was nervous it wasn't going to go well, and it just turned out so much better than I thought. Really good prices. They cost much more here in Germany. Yeah, people have been trolling me, saying that my prices are outrageous. It's like, it's a little aggravating, especially since my prices are like the lowest. But whatever. I appreciate you saying that. So, have you ever used the plates that cover the black foam? I want to make, because I have a Cricut. I just need to find the time to do it. I want to make some cutouts for the SP, so I can cover up the foam and make it look a little cleaner. Maybe put like I thought about putting my logo in the back too, but I also don't want to like. I don't like when people or when companies put their logo like loud and proud on something. Like not everybody cares about the company brand. So I just don't know what to put there, but I feel like just having it a blank color isn't super cool. I have to center everything here. I'll just leave it like that. All right. Whoa. Most of the time when people say retro prices are high, it's because they haven't looked for anything else yet. Yeah, there's still like, I always try and keep in mind that there's still a lot of people that don't understand that prices for old things, especially retro video games, have gone up. Like just a few years ago you could get Wii games for dirt cheap, and now nope. Can't even really get like a lot of 3DS and Wii U stuff for cheap. There's nothing Nintendo that's cheap anymore. Come on. Yeah, where can you get a modded GBA for less than 200? That is something that I would love to know. Other than this place right here, because the glacier, not glacier. I can't think what it's called. Indigo. This Indigo one will be less than $200. Another thing that bugs me about like people complaining with prices on like my mods specifically is just like, okay, if you think that's too much, I give you the tools to build your own, and it'll be way cheaper than any other pre-modded one that you can find. I give the man the fish, and I teach the man to fish. And I give them discount prices on the fish parts using code Jake at Retro Game Repair Shop, Extreme Rate, Retro Modding, and Zed Labs. And technically also Gaming Cobra, which is also Extreme Rate. I don't understand how that works. I think Gaming Cobra was like their original brand name. They just like never got rid of the website. I don't know. Might be a third-party seller. GameCube games? I don't know about that. I guess it depends on the game. Not much good. Like Double Dash is like $50-$60. Kirby's Air Ride is way too much. I know because I keep looking for my brother-in-law. If you're watching this, Will, you didn't hear me say that. But it feels like at least 2 years I've been looking for Kirby's Air Ride because my sister was like, hey, can you find this game for me? I'm like, that's going to be a lot of money. But I keep looking for one at a decent price. Like, if you're lucky, you'll find it 60 used. It's all scratched up with no case. But hello, Justin. How you doing? You get one for $2.90 from the shady eBay seller? Yeah. I don't know, you just look at Etsy, and it makes me think, huh, I should raise my prices. But I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm selling so well. Maybe it's the fact that I show my entire process on. Well, I guess with the 4 that I just listed, I didn't really show the process on those, but I am with these. If I'm ever center, I need to find the actual center point. I used to have that all nailed down. It's just so shifted over. This is not center for my eyes, but that is more center for the camera. Okay. I was able to buy a lot of expensive GBA games over the years before the price shot up. That's nice. Etsy isn't fair as there are high transaction fees. I don't know. I mean, like, I used to sell on Etsy. I used to sell on Etsy, and like, yeah, you have to account for the transaction fees, which sucks. That's why I have my website. But compared to places like Mercari, unless Etsy's like shot up a lot in transaction fees, they were like a lot lower than everybody else. It was actually pretty good. It was like 8% at one point compared to the 10 and 12% of like eBay and Mercari, plus all the nickel and dime stuff of the extra fees. But then selling on a website's not easy either, because I don't know, the thing with the transaction fees, it's like, okay, well, it's valid for Etsy because you're getting free advertisement. Everybody's gonna go to Etsy for a lot of stuff already. So if you put your stuff there, you're gonna have it seen by a lot of people, a lot more than if you just made a website randomly one day. Wow. Yeah, but you can turn that off. Oh, according to Jordy, the $4.99. I'm about to recase my first GBASP. Any good sites to get shells? Also love your stuff. Well, do I have some news for you? I don't know where you are at in the world. I'm assuming in the US since it came out in dollars. But if you're wanting a new shell, I recommend Extreme Rate. I recommend Retro Game Repair Shop. And if none of those suit your fancy, there's also Retro Modding. And in the European area, there's Z Labs. In all those places, you can use code JAKE to save 5 to 10%, depends on the place. I believe 10% off for Retro Game Repair Shop and Extreme Rate, and then it's 5% off for Retro Modding and Z Labs. Wait, no, I don't want to set those off to the side. I want to set these off to the side. Actually, I still want those off to the side. So let's get out the shells. That's the next step in the process, right? But that was really delayed. Thank you once again for the money. I appreciate it. Bought my first mods last week and discovered your channel right after. Can't wait to receive them. Nice. Okay. This better be trimmed. Cool. Yes, and it's the good It's the good shell. I miss these old shells. Must have bought from a seller that had a lot of old stock. I like these old shells because SoCal Gal, I like it. Cool. I like these old shells because they have the 3 notches on each side to really keep it all centered. I'm not using, actually, I'm gonna swap one of these kits out so I have the right double-sided tape for it. Also need to make sure that I don't mix the new buttons with the old ones. Figured I'd also grab my, the glass screen lens for this one too, while I was up. Okay. James, I just bought a Funny Playing 3.0 screen from RGRS and it's missing the bracket for the screen. Am I able to put the Game Boy together without the bracket, or do I need to wait until they eventually send me a new one? I think you're gonna have to wait, unfortunately. I just don't think it's gonna, like, stay in. You could put it together, you can even test everything, but the screen's not gonna stay in. It's gonna, because how it works is this screen rests into the shell like this. Imagine gravity is pushing it down into it, and so when you flip it over without the bracket, it's just gonna sink back into its shell. So I don't like the whole bracket design, and that's why I don't recommend it. One of the many reasons why I was so disappointed with that kit. It looks great, but the process of how they did it is just terrible. But yeah, I'm sorry about that, man. That sucks. Last week I found out that the Funny Playing UV printed shells do have the little guides in the shell, but they need to be cut depending on the kit. Yeah, I believe with this shell, I think this is one of the newer style ones. Yeah. So this one, it's got multiple different pieces in it. So we're gonna have to take this whole thing out, which is annoying, but if you want to use the drop-in shell, you can use it. And if you're not using the drop-in shell, you take out this inner layer, and then there's multiple different pieces you have to also take out for the guides. So it's annoying, but it's kind of cool that you can just buy this shell and not have to worry. Whatever mod kit you get, it'll work. But you can't use this with the laminated kits, so it's dumb. It's really annoying and stupid. But I think the next laminated kit I'm gonna look at from High Speed Edo, people that make this kit. Javier, thanks. That was multiple weeks ago. I need to figure out how to make those not pop up randomly weeks later. But anyways, what I was saying, there's another laminated kit that is made by the people that make this. Not this screen, unfortunately, but it's the drop-in screen, just laminated, and I think that this one is the perfect laminated kit that I'm looking for. So I'm very excited for it. Anyways, let's keep going on this one. Yes, it's the original charging port on the SPs that I sell. I want to do the yellow side first. And the reason why I swapped mod kits, even though they're the same, is because this one is a newer one with the newer one. This is like really old with this this style of tape, and then this one is meant for these shells, and they kind of just stuck with this tape forever. But it has the notches that line up with the notches on the shell. So it makes it a lot easier, a lot nicer to install all that. When you line it up the right time the first time, it's a lot easier. Okay, there we go. Then we can somehow one way or another lift that up. We're good. I kind of peeled that a little early. That's all right. Let's move on to the shell portion. I'm gonna put this on. There we go. And I guess before we install the ribbon cable, we can do the soldering. Is there a channel that does breakdowns of all the kits out there, or is Mako and Tito the best options? I eventually want to do a comparison of all the screens, but at the same time, it's like I'm not gonna do the power draw stuff that Mako does, and I don't know. All the colors are pretty much the same. All of the like, it's really just down to brightness levels, but even then, they're so much better than the original screens. To me, I don't know, it's a little silly to fight over that. I understand wanting to have the best of the best. To me, it's what's more important is the build process. How easy is it to actually use the kit and install it? But the most I would really want to do is like a battery test between all the screen kits. There's that. I know. But yeah, if you want like the extreme battery tests, like all the voltage readings and stuff, I'm never gonna do that. That's a Mako thing. Okay. Should I do the other kit? Yeah, I'll do the other kit while we're while we're here. Yeah, like I don't know. I don't blame people for thinking that it's hard, because like it's definitely, if you start with the wrong project, it'll be hard for sure. But with something like this, if you watch enough tutorials, if you're patient, take your time, you shouldn't have a problem. And once you get it down, you're like, why did I ever think this was scary? But like, even now, if I'm like going to install an N64 HDMI port, I'm like, yeah, that's gonna be, I'm still gonna be a little scared by that. Back in the day, like 2 years ago, there was a QC difference between, yeah, I get that. Back then, when like the original V1, because these kits that I'm using are technically the V2, the V1s were so bad. But then since really then, it's, the screens don't really matter unless it's like, okay, you want less saturation, the obvious choice would be the ICA kits. And I think really the only next step for these mod kits is adding like the OSDs that some of them have now, giving us different color options with different brightness levels and different color options. It really won't matter where you go other than the build process. If you're, so which do you recommend for this shell? You said non-laminated. If like you're wanting to do one of these shells, or these, I'm confused by what your question is. What mod kit are you using? I just realized that's also on the wrong side. Give me a little more context. Like if you're going with a laminated kit, you have to go with one of them. That's one of the shells that's for laminated kits. Other than that, anything that's pre-trimmed should work with pretty much any IPS kit. And if it says drop in, then you don't need to worry about what shell it is, as long as you don't get one that's for laminated kits. I hope that helps. I learned from watching you, and it was successful first time. Nice. I like hearing that. I'm glad it went well for you. Oh. Got an email. Got a Shopify notification. Michael. Congratulations. Got the black SP. Thank you very much. Add some solder to TP2 there. And add some flux there too. Not really zoomed in, so you can't quite see my mess up. Come on. There we go. Wire. Select wire. Go there. Put that off to the side. bring this one into play. I'm going to clean my tip. I want to do this one without any flux. There we go. And technically there's flux in the solder. I want to do it without extra flux. Need a tighter grip on here. Okay. And that's all the soldering for now. Till the end. Also, the advice of flux was very helpful. Yes, okay. So, like, I almost said growing up. Not growing up. When I first started this stuff, people never mentioned flux. And I know, like I just said, there's flux in rosin core solder. And that's what everybody recommends. But it's like, none of the tutorials, Elliot, Macho Nacho, no one hardly ever mentioned flux. And it's just like, it's so helpful for beginners and people like me who've been doing hundreds of mods now. Like, flux is so nice for soldering. And people act like you're Wimpy Wimperton if you use flux. No, it's a tool. It's like saying, nah, I don't need a Phillips head screwdriver. I got a flathead. It's fine. I guess that's not a good example because you can use a flathead on pretty much any Phillips head screw. But anyways, it's like using the butt of a screwdriver to hammer a nail down just because you don't want to get up to grab the hammer. Like, it's stupid. Yeah, you can do it without it, but it's dumb. That's a better example. Sorry, I meant like which screens work with that Gengar shell. Okay, yeah. I've always wanted one, but I've never soldered. I've been wanting to put out like a soldering 101 video. And even though I think I have plenty of knowledge to be able to teach beginners how to solder, I still feel like, I don't know, I feel like I'm not the right person to teach how to solder. Because, like, my knowledge is good for this stuff, but then if someone comes across it and they're doing, like, a soldering on something else, then maybe my advice won't be the best. But I don't know. That's why I try to remember to teach the basics of soldering when I'm doing my in-depth tutorials. But I'm a real man. I build houses without tool because I am manly man. Thank you, DC. I love it. Flux is a tool. Tools were created to make our lives easier. Yes. Is it okay to cut off the touch sensor for the V3 GBA laminated kit? Yes. Definitely cut it off. If you haven't seen my video on it, I put it in the beginning instead of at the end. So I highly recommend watching my video on the laminated kit. And you'll see all of my struggles with it and what I did to try and prevent things from going wrong. Sweet, this is a 32 pin, my favorite. Okay. I am going to install the screen lens now. Okay, yeah, I'm going to install the screen lens now. I want to see if I can actually push this tape out of the way. It's not really visible, but there we go. Much better. Okay. Now I'm going to put the screen lens on and then we'll drop the screen in there. we go. Put that down. Just in case. Also, just like my, that's what I'm doing now, man. Once these are finished, they'll be listed on the site. I like to finish them before I list them, just in case anything goes awry. I don't like listing something that is not working before I finish it to make sure it's good. Even though I double check everything before I send it out and all that stuff, I still like to make sure it's 100% working before I list it. Anyways, starting to say, I still wish that and hope that every mod kit in the future has the ability to adjust the screen position and adjust everything. Like all of the kits need to have the options of the laminated GBC kit from Funny Playing. Every kit needs like that stuff as the bare minimum. I feel like that would be so much better. I don't know. I feel like if I was in charge of making a mod kit, I would make probably the perfect one. Might be a little more expensive. Might not be $60. Might be closer to 90 because it's got all the best stuff, but I think it'd be worth the price. Anyways, that is not me trying to say that I'm working on a mod kit. I don't know how to do any of that, but I would if I could. Anyways, we have to flip this. Gotta fold that over because we have ourselves 32 pin today. Just cooperate with me here. Okay, let's put our new buttons and membranes and light pipe in. Jake, how did you get into all this modding? Wasn't GBA before your time? GBA was my time, just so you know. I was born in 99. I know I'm young compared to the majority of my audience, you old geezers. Anyways, I'm only 24. I'm not that young. Is this really missing an A button? Oh no, I'm just dumb. I am dumb. Anyways. GBA came out in 2002, 2001, 2001. Wait, this says 2000 on it? Anyways, I came out before the GBA did. So, I know you're teasing. But I played this growing up. I didn't play the original Game Boy or the Game Boy Color growing up. I had the clear pink Game Boy Advance handed down to me from my cousin. And then I also had my own Platinum SP. And then my sister had a Cobalt SP that I still have that I ended up painting Platinum. And I'm very upset that I did that. Oh well. This is one of the first things I did. And I did a good job. It's a great paint job. But I wish I would have kept it the original color. But it was also super scratched up and covered in stickers, so the paint was meant to cover up the scratches from me removing the stickers. But I got into all of it. I don't know exactly, other than I saw a video from Elliot from the Retro Future and got hooked. I started with a macro, and I don't know what my mom's trying to say to me. No, I did not answer their question. Let me finish answering this. But yeah, I got started from watching Elliot. I thought it was just super cool. I've also just been the DIY type. I like making things. I like fixing things really more than making them. But I used to fix my my red ring of death all the time. I still have my original 360. I think it currently has the red ring of death, and I would need to go in and fix it again. And I also think that the disk drive is broken on it. But I don't know if I'll ever do that, just because I have a Slim. Slim's just better. I really don't like 32-pin GBAs. Okay, but I apologize. I do not know how to pronounce your name, but I've got a question. I have a terrible soldering iron, like a cheap one, but the tip always end up burning up really quickly in like an hour from pointy to flat. You might have yours, either it's a really, really cheap one, or you might have your temperature way too high. But I feel like it's just not, I feel like it shouldn't do that. That's really odd. I feel like you just need to either get a new one or turn your temperature way down. Watch who you're calling geezer. Hey man, you guys are old. I'm kidding. Well, I mean, depending on who I'm talking to. I do enjoy that the fact that you guys are typically older than me, just because I would way rather have an older audience than a younger audience. I like kids. I think that they can be annoying, though. It obviously depends on the kid, but like as a whole, I feel like it's a lot easier to talk to other adults and stuff. But one day I will be old too. I'm still in that. I don't know. You know what? I was gonna say I'm still in that time in your life where you want to be older than you are. But I don't know. I feel like I'm fine with being 24. I like it. It's not terrible. I'm saying you're both old, Father. My dad always likes to poke fun at my mom because technically she is ever so slightly older than my father. They are a month apart. 1 month apart. Both 1970. One's June, one's July. They are a month apart. Yet my dad will never let go of the fact that he is younger by a month. I also need to turn on my soldering iron. Then once we solder this down, I will move on to the Gengar one, and then we'll button everything up with all the screws at the end. Okay. Normally I can wrap this wire around both. Guess not. Man, everyone's parents are so young. My dad was born in the 40s. Wow. I think that's when my grandparents were born. Okay. We'll put the side pieces and LNR in. Put the back half on it, just not screw it down. At least we can test it. Maybe this is a good opportunity to test it. You know, now that we've soldered everything down, maybe now's a good time to test. Beautiful. A, B, right, left, down, up, right, left, start, selected. The buttons do not press down very well, but I think that's because, ooh, maybe the start and select is not very good. Maybe these membranes just suck. Because now select is like, you know what? I'm going to change the membranes to ones that look a little nicer. Because select just got shoved down when I pressed it. Time are we at? 53 minutes. Holy crap. Okay. Unless I just don't have this screwed down all the way. Nope, that is tight. Hey, your parents are old. What's up, why won't this come out? What's up, man? Name is Austin. Just started watching your videos and getting back into the modding scene. I used to mod SPs and Wii's back in the day. Also getting into soldering. Exciting stuff. Nice. I was working on a video about soldering. Yeah, these membranes are not good. I should have looked at these before. This is like, there's no travel to it. Okay. Which is not something you want travel on membranes, or else it doesn't work that well. And this is all crooked. Okay. I've got plenty of other membranes. Here. That looks good. And give me... There we go. Boom. Try those on. Ow. Scrape my hand on the table. I feel like I stopped myself mid-sentence again and I forgot the stupid foam. I tried to do a bunch of soft mods recently and was actually successful. I normally suck at software mods. And I was gonna make a video on it and then I canned it. It's going to be repurposed into a different video that'll probably take a couple months to come out because I'm waiting on something to come in and I think it's built to order and I think I'm on a waiting list. So yeah, I guess I could start working on it now because there's things I can do in the meantime. It's gonna be a pretty big video. I don't want to spoil it though. Oh, also, speaking of videos, this Friday's video, unless something changes again, should be a video on the new driftless Joy-Cons because they were randomly set to my PO box with a bunch of other goodies, and that's the only thing that I really want to make a video on in the entire package. So I'm going to unbox and try out all the extra goodies that were sent to me in a members only video. So if you want to see that, if you want to watch me take a look at a bunch of random retro gaming products, then you can join and become a member today. I will also hopefully have a couple of extra videos up really soon for members, now that I'm finally catching up. And there's of course already some older members only content if you haven't watched those already. What are those wires you soldered to LNR? I will show you in just one moment. How about that? I'll show, not tell. Because I soldered those wires to LNR, I can adjust the brightness. If I hold select and then press R, it'll go up. If I hold select and press L, it goes down. A, B, right, left, down, up, start, select, R, and L. And it's still not pressing down beautifully, but that's just because we need to actually screw the entire thing down and it'll press a lot nicer. I'm going to put that off to the side for now so we can get crack-a-lackin' on this Gengar shell. The room tour, yes, there is a room tour for members. That is so old now, I feel like, is pretty outdated. But still a fun watch. It shows a lot of my collection off, I feel like. It's unedited though, so be wary. It's like, there's some edits to it. It's just very, very minimal edits. Okay. Punch that out. You need to punch this piece out, which I don't know what the best way of doing that is. I think it was punching it out like that. Maybe it's with the Screwdriver, no. We'll just do that. Then I need to punch those out. There we go. That's what I want. I want to actually take it out. Come on. Okay, I think that is all we need to take out. Oh, we need to take out the top ones too. Gosh darn it. Okay, maybe I don't like these as much. Can I just flush cut those? Because they make it so you can punch them out. But it's also like really annoying to do that. It's easier just to cut them flush, but I feel like it would help the screen sit better if I punched it out. Okay. We should be good to go now. For convenience sake, convenience or ease of building, that's annoying, but for the convenience of not having to worry about which... No, don't do that. Apple is trying to do an update right now. Please do not. That would end the stream. But yeah, for ease of building, this isn't ideal, but for the ease of not freaking out over which shell you need to buy, that's nice. This is so relaxing. What that moment wasn't, you came at a bad time. But hello. Hello, Mr. Checkmark. Okay. Let's install this. I'm gonna have to cut it again. So I think what I'll do is I'll just place it down. And then we will oof. I'm just gonna take that out again. Except for that piece. The top piece can stay. This side piece needs to come out. All that sticky tape is not good up there. Okay. We're gonna cut that because the bottom piece does not reach all the way. And I also need to cut it in half. Use that stupid piece. Okay. This top piece is not lined up very well. Yeah, using this this old kit is kind of annoying. Okay, I'm just not going to use that top piece. It's really not that necessary. Okay. It's stuck to me. these pieces of tape will be plenty to keep it down. Okay, there we go. Oh shoot, I forgot that was connected to the Game Boy. Oops. And we can peel that back. I'll put the screen lens on after. Around over here. And see what's sweet. It's the 40 pin. We like the 40 pin. Anybody else feel like taking a nap? Okay. Let's put those buttons in, huh? Oh. Did I grab 2 sets of black membranes? One must have been included. I didn't know. That's the wrong bucket. Oh well. I don't want to show the video just because I don't know who this guy is. And he's only got a couple thousand subscribers. And generally, I'm not a huge fan of prank channels. Because, like, a lot of them are just annoying kids. Just being annoying and a nuisance to people in public and when they're not asking for it. But my one of my friends from high school got pranked by one of these random pranksters on YouTube trying to make it, and it's pretty funny. So this guy went around to a golf course around me, and he was pretending to be blind and golf, going to the driving range and just messing with people, facing the wrong way, starting to swing, completely missing the ball, and people are like, whoa, no, wait. And he just, one of the people he pranked happened to be a friend of mine from high school. Totally got him. It was pretty funny. But I feel like it wouldn't be as funny if it wasn't my friend, if I didn't know the guy that was being pranked. But yeah, generally, prank channels I'm not a fan of. Like Ashton Kutcher pranks, Punk'd, that's good. Something that's like harmless is fine. But like another one of the things that he did that makes me not want to like show it off is he actually like hit a golf ball into a fence, and like he has, even though he's obviously not blind, he has no control over where that ball is gonna fly, and he's doing it right next to my friend, and it's like he could have hit him, hurt him, and had a giant lawsuit on his hands. it's just stupid. Like the lengths that these people go just to like get views on YouTube. And was he never told my friend that it was a prank. He just like ran off when my friend walked away. But I feel like that's kind of prank etiquette, is saying, hey, it's just a prank, dude. No hard feelings. Gosh darn it, light pipe. What screen for a GBASP would you recommend? Funny you ask that. In the description, there's 3 links to 3 lists that I have on my website. So if you want to look at the mod kits I use, I did not put the screen lens on yet. The mod kits I use list, I think it's what it's called, will tell you exactly what I use and what I recommend for everything. Where'd my screwdriver go? Right in front of me. And it'll give you links to the US and Europe. You're just gonna have to scroll down a little bit for the SP. And use code Jake to save 10% or 5%. Depends on the place. I get a little kickback, you save some money. It's all good. Okay, now we can flip this over. And screen lens. There. Less than 2 weeks for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I'm hyped, but I'm keeping my expectations lower than expected. Yeah, I'm trying to keep my expectations in check too, but I'm extremely excited for it. I'm also very ready for Jedi Survivor. I'm upset that I pre-ordered it on Amazon because it's not gonna come until like Tuesday. But oh well. And of course, it'll come on family night too, so I won't be able to play it till after family night. But I'm trying to get ahead so I can play that and Advance Wars. I bought Advance Wars and I have not started it yet. I've never played Advance Wars. I want to play it. I want to try it. I feel like it's a game that I totally love. And I could have played it on the Game Boy, but once it was announced for Switch, I was like, all right, I'll just play it on the Switch. And then it got delayed and delayed and delayed. I'm like, this thing's never coming out. And it did. Which is funny, it's so old, you can't, like, it was delayed so long, and it was so ready to go right before it was delayed, that you cannot, it's been too long, you cannot download or redeem, that's the word. You cannot redeem your My Nintendo Gold points that you got from buying it. Those have already expired, it's been that long. I don't know if Nintendo's going to do anything about that. I would hope they will. There we go. But I thought that was funny. Yes. Jedi Survivor comes out Friday. And Advance Wars is out now. There we go. Back half going on. And we'll do a little testaroonie here. It's just break squealing, dog. We might have a delivery going on, so I apologize if the dog barks. I'm gonna make sure. Okay, I think L is just struggling because the shell is not screwed together, so we should be good there. All right. Let's do that. Caught that screw between my legs. Alright. That one looks very neat. It's a pretty neat guy. It's a very neat guy. Okay. Push those over there. And those over there. We'll push this up. Put that here. Swap it to Tri-Wing. Hello, Tristan. How you doing? Drop those in there. Oops. Where is it? There. Make sure that those are good. Cool. Drop all the Tri-Wings. Oops. In there. I wish I was using my electric screwdriver. I'm doing good. I'm a bit tired. But nothing a little G Fuel can't fix. They took so long to release Advanced Wars that I just played my GBA version again. Yeah. I almost caved and played it on GBA. But and then it, like right when I was about to just play it on GBA, they're like, "It's coming." I'm like, "Oh, okay." I was just kidding. I wasn't gonna play it on there. Make sure everything is tight. Come on. Okay. That is not tight. Okay. This one still looks like it's loose. Let's swap back to the Phillips real quick. Hopefully not poking through. There we go. Set that off to the side, but dang, looks nice. Yeah, there we go. Buttons press a lot nicer now that it's all screwed together. I already did that one. Okay. What are your thoughts on the Easy Flash Omega? Is it worth the $30? Where are you getting an Easy Flash Omega for 30 bucks? I think it's worth the $60. Yes, I mean, pretty much any flash cart that doesn't crap out on you, like fall apart or doesn't boot for whatever reason, if it works like it's supposed to, I think flash carts are worth it. I don't know if... I think for like the N64 and stuff, I feel like the EverDrive is more worth it for like the home consoles. This is all without ever testing an actual EverDrive. But I think for like the handhelds and stuff, I feel like the Easy Flash is just better based off the price. I don't know if it's worth the extra amount of money to get an EverDrive, but I don't know. I would have to test it, and honestly, I don't know if I would test it unless it was given to me. Dang, if it's only 30 bucks from AliExpress, that's awesome. Get it there. I mean, I'd love it if you bought it from a retailer and used my code, obviously, but I think it's better to save your own money than to give me some. Let's test the test LNR again here. I'm gonna do the peel because it kind of gets in the way of the buttons. All right. A, B, ooh. Okay. So L and R look like they need a cleaning. Okay. Other than that, they're all good. Yeah, they just need a little cleaning. We can do that quickly in a minute here. We'll test the Indigo one real quick, list it, assuming it's good to go, and then we'll fix the Gengar one real quick. Brightness is adjusting properly. B, A, right, left, down, and up. Okay. Cool. Cool. Alright. Call that one good. Wait, no, I don't want to take the batteries out. I want to take the game out. And then we're going to list this one right now. Whoa. If you want this Indigo Game Boy Advance, looks pretty much identical to the original, the classic we know and love, but it does have a black screen lens with the little holographic emblem there. Emblem? Logo? Writing? It's not the classic gray, because that's kind of a gross gray, and it's also plastic, and I don't think you really want a plastic lens. But I will go ahead and list that right now. Maybe. When was the last time I did it? It's only been a week. Come on. It's not gonna give me basic GBA. Why can I not find just a basic GBA listing, please? There we go. Duplicate. And erase all of that. Indigo. And inventory quantities. Take the picture. Centering wasn't great on that. Oh well. Set as active. retroremastered.com/collections/GBA should be the top link, or at least one of the top links in the description if you want it. You can grab it right now. If any of my moderators want to drop that in the chat, that'd be awesome. You have codes with retailers in the UK? Z Labs. Yes, I do. Code Jake works at Z Labs. That is the only one across the pond that I have, but Retro Modding, Retro Game Repair Shop, they all will send to them. I appreciate that. Rouge? Is that how I'd say that? Rouge? Rouge? Okay. Putting the glacier one off to the side. Actually, let's put the sticker on real quick before I forget. The cutout for the sticker does not match the actual sticker cut. Oh well. That's a pretty good lineup for what they gave me. Okay. Maybe they need to work on the cut for their sticker. Alright. Nailed it. Rouge. Baton Rouge. Alright, the way that I'm going to fix this right here is I'm going to unscrew that, unscrew that, and just unscrewing those mostly. Same thing with these two over here. Should allow me to separate this enough to take out L and R. Cool. And then I can take my tweezers wherever they went. Take those out. Maybe. And if you ever have LNR issues, you can try this yourself. I would do this when it's fully disassembled, but spray. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do this the smart way since I don't want to get a bunch of liquid in there. I'm gonna take a Q-tip, that's what it's called. Since I don't have a way to dip it in that IPA, I'm going to get IPA all up in there. All up in there. I'm gonna try and just do mini squirt there. There we go. There we go. Get a good amount of liquid in there. But just get it in the button. I'm going to take my toothbrush, maneuver it all up in there. How many times can I say all up in there? Waggle it. Do it to the other side. But since the liquid's going to get trapped in there, and even though it's IPA, it still needs some air to breathe to dry it up. I'm going to take my canned air. Sorry about the screeching sound. That'll happen. And dry it up. It'll also knock the dirt out. Do the same thing both sides. And do it one more time. I got this from AliExpress. I don't know if it'll be making its way to any retailers, but I like to look around AliExpress for new UV prints and stuff, because the new stuff will always pop up there first. So I peruse it on a multi-weekly basis, or multiple times a week. There we go. I know you hate the SP shell, but I gotta ask, what's the best / favorite screen mod for it? That is a question I answered earlier, which I don't think you were here for. I assume you weren't, which is fine. But if you go to the description, there are 3 links bunched up next to each other. They will lead to my website, and they will show you what mod kits I prefer, what replacement parts I use, and what tools I use. They're either recommended things or things that I personally use. Almost everything on that list I have used myself at one time or another, and I think it's good enough for people to try out themselves. There we go. Now, should be able to screw that back down. Cool. Get the game in there. Get the batteries in there. And okay, well, they'll need to be replaced then. We're pretty deep into the stream, so I'm gonna call it here. Since it's something I know I can easily replace, I will still list it. They will be fixed. I never let things leave my house without them being in good working order, so you don't have to worry about it. If it does make you nervous, that's alright, you don't have to buy it. But I promise it'll be sorted, and even if everything tests out good here and somehow it's not working good for you when you get it, I'll make sure it's right. So anyways, I will list this real quick. So if you want it, I'm going to make a listing for it right now. And then we will end the stream. Duplicate that. Guess I could have just duplicated the Gengar one. Oh well. Gengar. Add one to inventory. Take a picture. And done. I guess I'll take a picture of the back too. Without trying not to get my fingerprints on the screen here. Okay. And set as active. It is now live on all platforms. Boom. retroremastered.com/collections/GBA. I will fix those R&L buttons at another point. Let's go over what we still have for sale. And that includes stupid sticky tape. We got a purple and white DMG. We've got a blue and orange, or an orange and blue DMG. We have this Game Boy Pocket still. We've got this guy that we just finished making. And then we've also, well, actually this one we don't have anymore, that one's sold. And then we've got this Atomic Purple with a white lens, reminiscent of my first mod. So, my first Game Boy Color mod, I should say. These are all up and ready on the website, in case you missed it at the beginning. Yeah, that's all the stuff we have for sale currently. If you want any of it, you can grab it at the website, retroremastered.com. What features do the DMG screens that you put up today? Change the green tone scan lines. I believe it does have... Oh, actually, I don't know if it has scan lines. That's a good question. Let's test that out real quick. The Sword and Shield Game Boy Advance one, I did buy another one that will be coming back again soon-ish. I want to get through a couple other Game Boy models before we do it again, since we just did it. I know it's something that's very popular, but so you can use the contrast wheel for the brightness, obviously. When you press and hold, it'll bring up the menu. Pixel effect. Yeah, okay. There is one set of grid lines. That is it. It significantly takes down the brightness. Takes down the brightness significantly. It says there's a battery display. Just shows a little battery symbol up in the top. It doesn't really help, but if you want it, it's there. Yeah. And you can, of course, just adjust the brightness and the position of the screen. So there's that. There are grid lines. Oh, and sorry. You can adjust the color that gives you like the RGB options, but you can also just press the thing in and it'll change all the different color palettes. I forgot about the color palettes. Purple looks good, but we'll keep it white. There. Cut your nails, you animal? That's not very nice. The reason I don't cut my nails until after I've done both streams, these aren't very long. Chill. Because it's easier to mod with them. I recommend people not cut their nails before they mod, so. Fix your tood, dude. Anyways, that is going to be it for this stream. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for coming out. And let me just check real quick. yeah, 35 people and 52 likes. I appreciate that. Thank you. I am so sorry. I forget. According to Jordy, thank you for donating the $4.99. That was really awesome. And I think that is it for me today. I know you're kidding. I'm kidding too. Do you have a video on the Atomic SP? I don't have a video on this one. I just made it last night. But yeah, that's it for me. I will see you guys on Wednesday for a Game Boy Color stream, and I will probably have some macros and a new pocket available. So yeah, come in to make sure you catch the beginning of the stream so you can catch those. Anyways, that is it for me. So I will see you guys in the next one. It feels weird because I didn't do that. Later, guys. Gosh, that was such an awkward ending. Oh my jeez. Oh no. Oh my gosh.